Greetings fellow guitar travellers, it's Rowan J Parker here, presenting to you another episode of the 200 Club, which brings you the most insanely widdly guitar licks on the planet, all played at, yes you guessed it, 200 beats a minute. And we have an absolute belting lick for you today, which we hope you enjoy very much. But before we get down to showing the lick, I'd like to encourage you to have a look at my website, which is www.rowanjparker.com. There is a whole ton of guitar stuff on that site, most of which is free. There's lessons, and there's backing tracks, and there's a tab from all the YouTube stuff that you can get. It's all very cool. There is a shop as well, a store, where you can buy lots of HD, high quality videos and lessons and books in PDF format, all available for instant download, very reasonable prices. And if you want some individual help, I can also do Skype lessons, and there's an area on the website where you can contact me if you're interested in that. And furthermore, if you subscribe to my website, you get access to even more exclusive free content just for subscribers and not available anywhere else, and it's all free. So what more do you want? Okay, so enough plugging myself and my website. Let's get straight into today's lesson, this episode of the 200 Club. Let's rock! Okay, well we hope you enjoyed that. It's fairly straightforward. So I'll just go ahead and I will divide it up into two little halves. We've got an ascending sort of sequential pattern on the first half, and then it's just pretty much a straight descending scale pattern on the second half. Alright, so here is the ascending half. Let's have a listen. Okie dokie, so to further clarify, it's based on this little scale fragment. Let's have a listen. Which is just a position of D major. I suppose you could view this as being in an A mixolydian mode really, though I think the chord it's against is B minor, so it sounds like B minor or B Aeolian. However, the verbal tab for this is A 12, 14, 16, D 12, 14, 16, G 12, 14, 16, and then B 14, 15, 17, and then high E 14, 15, 17. Alright, now within this there's a little sequential pattern, this one. Which gets repeated on each incremental set of two strings. So here's the first set of two strings, which is the A and the D strings. You've got A 12, 14, 16, D 12, 16, 12, 14, 16. I hope that's clear enough. And we're just going to repeat this pattern or sequence on the next two strings, which is the D and the G. Which is exactly the same frets and fingering, but I'll give it to you anyway. So we've got D 12, 14, 16, and then G 12, 16, 12, 14, 16. Okay, and here's the next one, which covers the next two strings, which is G and B. So we've got G 12, 14, 16, and then B 14, 17, 14, 15, 17. Okay, and then on to the top two strings, B and high E, we've got, which is B 14, 15, 17, 14, 17, 14, 15, 17. Well, it probably seems a bit complicated while I'm explaining it, but when you actually get down to playing it, it's really, really straightforward because it's just one sequential pattern and moving through little incremental scale steps, which is something I do an awful lot, indeed an awful lot. Alright, so let me play the first half at a much reduced tempo now. Let's have a listen. Okay, and it goes without saying that the picking is all alternate, just straight alternate picking, and the rhythmic feel is all semi-quavers. They're ramped up eventually to 200. Okay, so that's the first half, and let's just play the second half, which is incredibly easy. Let's have a listen. Which is straight down a B minor or B Aeolian scale shape or mode shape. So I'll just go ahead and give you the verbal tab. We've got high E 19, 17, 15, and then we've got B, same again, 19, 17, 15, and then on the G, 18, 16, 14, and then on the D, we've got 17, 16, 14, on the A, 17, 16, 14, then moving back to A12, with the index finger, and then finally, third finger finishes off on A14 for the B note, the B tonic. Alright, so that's what it is. So hopefully you can pick up from the video. If you're finding it hard to learn from the video, I'll be providing tablature for these lessons on my website, and it's in the exclusive subscriber area of the website, so yeah, another reason to subscribe to that website. Okay, alright, well that is the lick. So you see there isn't very much to it. I'll play the whole thing at a reduced tempo, then we'll listen to it ramped up to warp factor 10 million one more time. Alright, so here we are, slow tempo one more time. Have a listen. Straightforward, and when you play it slow, not particularly impressive, but now let's listen to it ramped up to mega warp. Let's rock. Okay, that concludes another episode of the 200 Club. Join me in the next lesson for more 200 BPM alternate picking mayhem. Till then, farewell and keep rocking.